your credit card or upsell you into anything. We're here to share a business called ONPASSIVE for you to learn more about it. And the person who invited you, like I said, you're going to want to reach back out to them. So, do you pronounce it Lanre?
Yeah, Lanre, you're correct.
Okay, so you see, Lanre's from Nigeria, and the great thing about ONPASSIVE is it's a global country in over 200. A global company in over 200 countries across the globe, which is great. I mean, this business, whether you've been in business, you've never been in business, you understand online businesses, or you don't, or you have a brick and mortar business, you're going to learn that this business is designed and is an all-inclusive for wherever you may be or whatever experience you have. And I don't want to steal the thunder of the presentation today, but just keep in mind, I have a lot of friends and family who have jumped on board as founders who really have never been online before and don't have a business online, and that's okay. That's why it was built. It was built for all of us. You just need to catch the vision, which we know you will after you hear today, the presentation, and just jump on board. So Lanre, if you want to welcome a few more people, and then I'll come back on and introduce our first speaker at a little after the top of the hour.
Thank you, Susie. It's a pleasure when we hear your voice. And that's what you've heard. Ladies and gentlemen, you're all welcome to today's Zoom webinar. In under 8 minutes, this presentation is going to start. And definitely you don't want your loved ones to miss this. As Susie says, whoever invited you here as a guest sure loves you. And that you're going to confirm by the time the webinar is over, and you're probably going to give them a big hug. I promise you that. And that being said, let me just try to say hello to a few people in the house. Sorry, I can't go through the whole list. John McCaffrey, you're welcome. BJ Patel, how are you doing? Babatunde Sholade, you're welcome. Abidin Gayen, how are you today? Robin Nat, you're welcome. Bajesh, you're welcome. Benjamin Ejembi, you're welcome. BJ Orosin, how are you doing today? Caesar Adamu, you're welcome. Chandra Chama, how are you doing today? David Caesar, nice to have you in the webinar. Don Crocker, you're welcome. Dan Linen, you're welcome. Elizabeth Ophelia, how are you doing today? Emmanuel Daco, you're welcome. All the galaxies, you're welcome. All the iPads, you're welcome. All the iPhones, you're welcome. Gopak, how you doing? Gary Bax, you're welcome. Ganesh Najak, you're welcome. Henry Ari White, nice to have you. Ellen D. La Bastide from USA, you're welcome. Ijeoma Chuku, you're welcome. Jinka Prasad, you're welcome. Juliana, you're welcome. Kemi O, how are you doing today? Kum Wen Chung, you're welcome. Lashmi Subahini, you're welcome. Loveman Kadiri, how are you doing today, Loveman? Meti Agos, one of our leaders in the house, you're welcome. Mabel, you're welcome. Martin Breen, you're welcome. Mike Keck, you're welcome. Indukum Waters, nice to have you in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know of anybody that should be part of this webinar, in under 6 minutes, the presentation is going to start. You might want to remind them that the Zoom is open. They should join ASAP. Dr. Benny, how are you doing today, Dr. Benny? Esther Zomiwo, nice to have you in the house. Pradeep Kumar Chama, you're welcome. Katinite from SA, you're welcome. Kenneth, you're welcome. Netam Adum Jeffy, you're welcome. Wow, this is getting filled up.
You're doing a great job, like, you know. Sometimes people think it's easy, and I'll tell you, you have to.
It's not easy trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Can see Mr. Q&A himself. How you doing, Red friend?
Hey guys, how are you?
Oh.
Now in the UK, on
Oh,
the boat.
okay. You're kind of,
5 days of traveling we had.
oh, well, you
So
don't look
we're in
any
situ
worse
now,
for the wear.
so it's good to be back. You say all the right things, Susie.
Yeah, well, your connection's a little wiggly, so just keep that in mind. We'll let you know if we can.
I think it's better if I turn off my camera, to be honest, and it'll be clearer.
Okay, yeah, getting a little bit clearer. So I'm gonna, Lanre, if it's okay with you, you did an excellent job saying hello to everyone. Hi, Elizabeth. I'm gonna just start kicking things off and then roll right into introducing our first speaker. So welcome everybody. I'm Susie McCrae coming to you from Amherst, Massachusetts in the United States. And you're gonna see there's a lot of different people, panelists on the screen from around the globe. You have been invited as a guest to hear about a business called ONPASSIVE. So the person who invited you to this really does care about you, because you're gonna wanna get back to them after the presentation so you can take the next steps forward. We're not going to be here convincing, pestering, or pressuring you to jump on board as a founding member. But once you hear the presentation and catch the vision, I've got a feeling you're going to jump on board. As you see in the chat, there's people all around the globe. We're in over 200 countries. We have a lot of founding members who come to these webinars because they love the process. They love learning more every day. I know I do as well. So there's guests here, and there's also founding members of this company called ONPASSIVE. And today's Q&A, this is how it's going to run. We're going to introduce some speakers, sit back, absorb everything, digest as much as you can. And then after the presentation, we're going to open up to a Q&A. The Q&A is for guests only. So if you're a current founder, please be mindful. We have private founder only Q&As every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. You can find the links in your back office. Today is for our guests, okay? So when we're done the presentation, you're going to see where you can raise your hand. If you raise your hand, we're going to see it. And once your hand's raised, we're going to bring you in onto the screen. So you're going to see your Zoom. You're going to go from an attendee, and then you're going to be on with us. And you'll be able to open up your mic and open up your video, and you'll be able to ask questions. Please refrain from asking questions in the chat. That sometimes we have a hard time following that. So this business, you've been invited by someone who cares about you. Make sure you get back to them. The other thing I like to remind people of is this business is designed for everyone, as long as you catch the vision and you hop on board. Like I said before, I have many friends and relatives who have joined me as a founder because they caught the vision and the excitement of this. And many of them have never had an online business or did online marketing or a brick and mortar business. That is the beauty of ONPASSIVE. So we're going to get going. Charles or Marty, if you want to make sure you're recording this, and I'll welcome our first speaker. So just let me know. Okay. I see the red recording. So welcome everyone to the public guest webinar for ONPASSIVE. I'm going to introduce our first speaker. It's Marty DeGarmo, and he lives in New Jersey in the United States. Marty, for 17 years or more, was a project manager for a business out in the corporate world. And then in the last 15 years or so, he's been mainly an online marketer. He's very well versed in different programs that are out there. He's worked on all different businesses. he has a lot of insight and wisdom into what things have worked and what things haven't worked. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce him because he speaks from the heart, and he's going to let you know his experience and what he thinks about ONPASSIVE. So Marty, the floor is all yours, and I'll see you guys at the Q&A.
Thank you, Susie. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on what part of the world you're from. A little about myself. I'm 61 years old. I've been working online this is my 17th year. And like everybody else, I got on, to make a little extra money online. And I saw other people, at least I heard about other people making money. So I thought, if they can do it, it should be easy. I can do it, right? Well, kind of wasn't that way. And it's not that way for a lot of people, and I didn't find out until as time went on. But I would get in, and I've been in many different opportunities, I'm going to call them, because most of them, that's all they were, is an opportunity. And the same as everybody else, I get in, and there would be somebody that spoke for the company, maybe 2 or 3 people, and they'll tell you the spiel. You get in, you follow us, we'll make you an expert, you'll make money, and you'll have residual income. Not true. For many years, not true. And the reasons are for the same as all of you. If you've been on more than a month looking to make money online, you run into the same things that I'm about to say. You either get in and you pray that the company's even there tomorrow, or you get in and there's an auto ship every month, and eventually, because you're not making any money, you can't afford that, so you quit. And the other one is, most people don't know how to drive traffic. It's that simple. I would say 98% of the people just cannot drive traffic. And if you don't have traffic, you don't have a business. Well, then they'll tell you, well, you could use solo ads, you could use this. Let me tell you about solo ads really quick. Solo ad is you're paying to get a name and an email from a company that have reused them 1,000 times, more than likely. They're horrible. They make things worse for you. If somebody does answer the phone, they're mad as you know what. So anyway, about 7, 8 years into it, I said, look, the only way for me to have a chance is to try to learn what I don't know. How to market, how to drive traffic, how to do all that stuff. Because it just wasn't true that you just get on and flip a switch and you're going to make money. So for the last 10 years anyway, I did learn how to market. I could build teams, fairly good, big teams. I teamed up with Mike Ellis and Dan Street, and we could build pretty good sized teams. But it didn't eliminate the company that disappears. It didn't eliminate the high monthly auto ship. It didn't eliminate the 98% that don't know what I had time to learn full time. So I thought, great. So even if I find the right company, I'm just going through people as numbers, not as individuals. And I hated it. You bring in 120 quit, you bring in 250 quit, you bring in, and you got a really good so-called guru can bring them in faster than they quit. That's not a business. That means you can shovel dirt faster than everybody else. That's not the business I was looking for. And it's definitely not residual income. So I said, man, this is horrible. Because on the other end of the spectrum, bringing people in and they're going, can you help me? And you look in their eyes and go, well, yeah, but you can't. Stop lying to yourself. I mean, I might be able to help level 1, level 2. But then when you start getting down to more people, how do you duplicate what took you 5, 7 years to do? You can't. You just can't do it. And nobody can do that. Usually, I don't know anybody that did in all the years I've been in. And I've joined everything, lost a lot of money. So I thought, man, I don't like this either. So I built a big team, and they can't do it. We can't bring anybody with us. So if we make money, they won't. And I hated it. 2 years ago, I said, I'm going to go look for something better. Look for something that everybody, I don't care who you are, what color you are, what religion you are, woman, man, it doesn't matter, that you have a fair chance to create wealth online. So that's exactly what I did. Now, did I think that company existed? I wasn't sure. I figured if I didn't see it now, how could it be there? Why would it be there now? Well, thank God. I ran into Red Redford and his partner, Peter Rogers, and I knew them from a business before, so I trusted them. And that's what you go by online is trust. Everybody, you meet all the gurus. That's not who I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody I trust. So I talked to Red here, he's here right now, about what are you doing? And he said, we're in a business that is set up for the 97, 98% that fail. And I went, really? So if we get in, and I met me, Mike, and Dan, can we make money? Yes. No limit, he said. Really? Yeah. Now, whoever we invite, do they have the same chance, not better, not worse, of making money? He said, yes, absolutely. It's built for them. And I went, holy cow. So, I mean, my bar was really low anyway. I'm looking for something that just throws the same pitch to everyone. And it was there. And then he said, well, it's digital products in high demand. Great. And there's no auto ship. Okay, I'm about to pass out at this point, right? It's the best I've ever heard of. So we signed up. I went back to Mike and Dan, told them, I don't remember what I even told them, but I told them enough that we signed up to check it out. Well, come to find out, 2 years into it, we're in a company that will blow you away. I'm serious. If you just pay attention to what the next speaker, Charles Osong, tells you, and any questions you have at the end, ask it. Ask it. Don't walk away here not knowing. It will blow you away. It's bigger and better than anything I could have imagined. And the owner is magnificent. And Charles will go through all that. Let me introduce now Charles Osong, 30 years experience in the IT world to begin with, and 30 years, another 30 years online and business online. So he has many, many years experience. Being an IT background, seeing this IT company, he looked at it, and same with me, he just went, oh my God, everybody can win. So let me turn it over to Mr. Charles Osong. Charles, tell them what this amazing business is all about.
Thank you very much, Maddie. From what you just said, if I were in the audience and I was a guest, I would just jump right in and start, hey, what does it take for me to become a founder, right? So it's a pleasure. I'm really, really humbled to be working with great minds like you. Like Maddie said, my name is Charles Osong, and I want to welcome again the founders who are coming back, and especially our guests, because we love our founders, but we love our guests more because that just means addition to our family, and that makes us happy. So special welcome to you all today. And I know you are here to hear about this once in a lifetime kind of opportunity. And I will also be telling you this by way of telling you my story. Hopefully you can resonate with it and then run with it. Like Maddie said, I've been in IT for decades, making relatively good money, as I say it. But again, whatever you do as a job, it is just a job, J-O-B, just over broke. After paying your bills and living your lifestyles, you need more money. You got to go back to work. So I've always looked for ways to make extra money. I ran into the works of Mr. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest people on earth today. And he said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. That resonated with me so well. Ever since then, I'm looking for ways to make money in my sleep. I decided to retire from a corporate America job just over 4 years ago. And I recall a colleague of mine looking at me and going, Charles, you must be very fortunate. You must have saved up enough money to be retiring this early. And I said to him, on the contrary, I've been working for so long and I just can't seem to save up the kind of money that I would love. So there's got to be a better way. So I decided to take a break, call it quits, took an office in Maryland in the United States. And just over 2 years ago, a trusted friend of mine walked into my office and said to me, Charles, I need to present to you this opportunity. And just so you know, prior to retiring, I had been studying vigorously the behavioral patterns of successful people. And one of them is this: you bring them an opportunity, they will take a look at it inside out so they can make an informed decision. I pretended to be like one of them that day. And I told my friend, yes, I'm going to look at this opportunity. But I've got 3 small worries, 3 questions for you. Very important. We have to go across that milestone. Question number 1. With this opportunity that you are bringing to me today, am I going to be able to make money if I cannot recruit? If I cannot sell to even one person, am I still going to make money? And when I say money, I mean real money. Enough money to give me financial freedom. I had time freedom because I retired, but I was still looking for that very elusive financial freedom. So I asked him, if I cannot recruit, am I going to be able to make that kind of money? He looked at me and he said to me, Charles, you'll be able to make enough money to leave a legacy for your children and your grandchildren and beyond. That sounded like music to my ears. And I said to him, question number 2, will I have to come out of pocket every month, month in, month out, to pay some bill? In the industry, they call it ownership. Will I have to pay a monthly ownership? And my friend said to me, Charles, when this company launches, you're going to have to come out of pocket once, and that's it. I kind of like that. And I said, let's go to the third, the last, but certainly not the least of the questions. Does this company have a legitimate, viable product? By legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean necessary. Something that mankind, you and I, we need on a daily basis. If we don't have it, life is simply miserable. Good example, your cell phone. If you don't have your cell phone today, I assure you, you'll go do everything humanly possible to get another one. Another example, internet service, Wi-Fi, what we call Wi-Fi. Everywhere you go, you're looking for Wi-Fi. You don't have it, life is miserable. That's what we mean by viability. And when a company doesn't have that, believe me, it is a time bomb. It's just a matter of time before it collapses. I am telling you this based on experience. So I asked my friend that day, this company that you are presenting to me, do they have a legitimate, viable product? And he said to me, Charles, you have an IT background, extensive. You should be able to understand these products better than me. I said, no problem. I went, took a look at the products, came back to him, and I said, my friend, should this company succeed in what they're trying to do, we're going to have a shakeup of the internet. In fact, I called it an internet quake. It's like an earthquake. But I also told him, we're going to have to wait for some time, maybe 4 years, maybe 5 years. So we just have to buckle up, fasten our seatbelts, and enjoy the roller coaster. He didn't like that. He said, Charles, why would you say that? What I said is simple. You told me to take a look at the products. I did. I understand what this company is doing. They are using artificial intelligence, AI for short. AI, my friends, is a disruptive technology. And what is a disruptive technology? One that comes every once in a while and will change the way we do things. Like the internet, we have no choice. In other words, it'll disrupt our lives. AI is yet the most disruptive technology mankind has ever known. But AI is very involved. It involves machine learning. It involves empirical data. It involves millions upon millions of lines of coding. Yes, that's why it takes so much time. But I told my friend, I don't care how long it's going to take. I want to be part of this company right now. I had something called FOMO, fear of missing out. I had missed out on a few opportunities earlier on in my life. I wasn't going to miss out on this one, not for any length of time. Oh, not at any cost either. So I asked him, how much is it going to cost me to be part of this company today? And he told me, in fact, I was thinking some big amount of money, 20K maybe. I had my credit cards ready. In the United States, you don't need cash. All we need is plastics. And I had a few of those. But my friend looked up at me and said, Charles, all you need is $97. Short and simple, I was discombobulated. I was speechless. And I said to him, you've got to be kidding. He said, nope, Charles, I'm dead serious. And I said, okay, well, here's my credit card. Put it on there. By the time we were done, it costed me $102. So yes, there is a $5 fee when you use credit or debit card. Big deal. I told him, consider that dinner for two. But I also told him, I do not have 5 years to be monitoring this company. I have to put food on the table. So you call me, you text me, you email me, you do whatever it takes just to get me informed when this company is closer to launch so I can get more involved. And he said, deal. 8 months later, he gave me a call. Charles, can you make yourself available in 1 week's time? The CEO of this company is going to be talking to all of us. And I said, sure. 1 week later, I hop on the call, and there was Mr. Ash Mofara. Mr. Ash Mofara, for those of us who have been founders for some time, we've come to know and love him dearly. Not only because he's going to help us make money, but I can assure you, he will. But also, and more importantly, because of his heart. My friends, I can tell you this. We do have a lot of geniuses, quite a few geniuses out there. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, just to name a few. These guys all have the brains, but do they have the heart? So I can tell you, as you come to join ONPASSIVE, you will find out. Our CEO, Mr. Ash Mofara, not only does he have the brains, but he also has a heart. And that is why most of us leaders, we resonate with him so well. But mind you, I was listening to Mr. Mofara for the very first time. And he comes up and he says, folks, we have been making a lot of progress. In fact, we are closer to launch. Needless to say, he threw me off because just 8 months earlier, I had told my friend, we are going to be waiting for a long time. But now here's this dude saying we are closer to launch. So in my head, I'm saying, I know what they're trying to do. Whom is he kidding? But the least that did was he got me paying attention. I was listening keenly. And he went on and he said, we have leased a building in Bangalore in India. For those of you who are familiar with that part of the world, Bangalore is like the Silicon Valley. Now, if you look at me, you're going to see a building that says ONPASSIVE. This building is in high-tech city. It's in Hyderabad. This building was acquired by us for lease just in December 2020. So at the time, this building was non-existent. But Mr. Mofara said, we've gone to Bangalore. We've leased 2 floors in a high-rise building. We've hired 200 engineers, the best of the best. And these guys are working day and night to make sure our dream is realized. So now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, most startup companies are going to have 20 to 25 engineers. Most startup companies are going to have these engineers work 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 hours a day. Yet Mr. Mofara goes to the source. And when I say source, for those of you who are in IT, you agree with me that Indians are the best in the game. And by the way, labor is way cheaper in India than it is in the United States. So all the big guys are there: Apple, Google, Amazon. Okay? Mr. Mofara goes to the source. He did not get 20, no, not 25 engineers. He got 200 of them. The cream of the crop, the best of the best. And these guys are not working 8, no, not 9, not 10 hours a day. These guys are working around the clock. These guys are working 24/7, taking turns to make sure the dream is realized. So in my head, I'm saying, okay, with this kind of a resource, yes, you're able to do in 2 or 3 years what is scheduled to take 5 or 6 years. Yes, you're able to cut time frames with this kind of a resource. So my belief factor goes up. I look back at the time, energy, money spent ever since I joined the company, and I realized this is serious. This is no longer a joke. This is that time when I told my friend, call me, email me, text me so I can get involved. And I decided I was going to roll up my sleeves. I called up a few friends in my office, and I became a man on a mission. What's my mission? Every human being who has ears, I am going to tell them about this company. If you do have ears, you listen. If you don't, I have done my part, because we are going to make the world a better place. Bottom line. So my friends came to my office and we decided on Zoom. We have to spread this massively. What's the best way? Zoom. Thanks to technology, with Zoom, all you need is a smart device. It can be a smartphone, a laptop, an iPad. You need internet access, data, as you guys call it back in Africa, and you are on. Again, so what is this company? ONPASSIVE. We've been singing that name for a while now. The name is what it is. It was given by design. It's a passive opportunity. Excuse me. Our founder and CEO, he graduated with a master's in e-commerce and information technology. He went back to Harvard, did some more studies on online businesses. This guy has a knack for artificial intelligence, AI, that disruptive technology I just mentioned to you guys. This guy is a guru when it comes to traffic generation. Traffic, my friends, is so important. We're going to spend a couple of minutes talking about it. What is traffic? Traffic is the reason I can dream today. Traffic is the reason I can invite every one of you to dream with me today. Traffic is a fundamental element in every business. It doesn't matter whether this business is offline or online. But most of us have an age. So we're going to start with offline. Let's explain traffic offline. What is offline traffic? Let's say you have a business offline, and it can be any business. It can be a car dealership. It can be a barber shop, a hair salon. It doesn't matter. But let's just say you have a restaurant. And I just use restaurant because I love food. And I know at some point in time, all of us have to eat, right? Okay. So you have a restaurant, and I have the same restaurant. Same kind of food, same name, same chef. The food tastes exactly identical. The only difference is what? Location. Your restaurant is located in a busy area, in a shopping mall. Traffic, people coming in and out all the time. My restaurant, on the other hand, located in a back alley. It is hidden. Yours is going to do better than mine, and here's why. People are going to come to this shopping mall, minding their own business, to do their hair, their nails, buy some clothes, window shopping, whatever it is that brings them to the shopping mall. They will eventually get hungry. They'll look up, spot your restaurant, wander into your restaurant, and the end result of that is what? Sales. My restaurant, on the other hand, is going to suffer. People are going to have to need to know that it is there. They'll have to leave their homes deliberately to go there. Because of that, it suffers. It suffers from what? Traffic. So what is traffic? People, customers coming in and out of your business. That's it. And then there's something called targeted traffic. What is targeted traffic? Say you go online to shop for something and you're looking for TV. And somebody comes behind you and say, hey, why don't you go to charlesoson.com? And you go there. And all you see is TVs, all kinds of TVs, all colors, all sizes, all prices. Well, chances of you buying, very high. You click on it, boom. That is targeted traffic. So that store just got himself a targeted traffic. So offline, you have people coming in and out of your business. Online, you have clicks. Traffic online, my friends, is simply clicks. No clicks, no sales. The more the clicks, the more the sales. So our CEO and founder, Mr. Mofara, that I just mentioned to you guys ago, is the best in the game of driving targeted traffic. Huge, the differentiator. He proved himself. When he graduated, he joined a few companies, drove traffic to them, affiliates, customers. He made some millions doing that, that's for sure. And these companies made a lot of money too. But most of them went out of business. Why? Remember, guys, I told you earlier, no legitimate viable product, any business is a time bomb. So Mr. Mofara and his family, notably his wife, they're going to sit down and say, you know what? We need to stop sending customers. We need to stop driving traffic to businesses that will eventually go out. We're going to start our own. We're going to have legitimate, viable products. We're going to get founding members, you and I. We're going to drive traffic to them. They'll make money. We shall make money. Everybody is happy. That's the birth of ONPASSIVE. And that is why, because of traffic, I say we can dream. So just over 3 years ago, my friends, and I say that for a reason, because there was no pandemic, no COVID-19. Mr. Mofara and his friends are going to sit down and say, hey, we're starting our own business now. We're going to get legitimate, viable digital services. We have about 7.7 billion people on Earth. Statistics show that at any point in time, 7 million of those people are online, doing something, looking for something. Now, 3 years ago, 7 million prior to COVID-19. Today, you can imagine what that number is. But 7 million is still a lot. What kind of services are these people looking for all the time so we can provide them? Well, I know some of them are doing online banking. I know that. I do that sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. And when we do those things, there are people online that monetize on our services. So these guys are going to say, with AI, we can have our own online banking. Yes, we can do that. Even better. Some of us online are on our favorite social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, all of those. I love Facebook. But when we are on Facebook, what are we doing? We are sending texts, photos to friends, family members, colleagues, classmates. Well, that's called community. Advertisers are going crazy because they have a big community. And the founders, the owners of Facebook are making a killing. So these guys at ONPASSIVE, they're going to say, you know what? With AI, we're going to have our own community, better and bigger. As you come to join us, you will find out our community is already over 660,000 founders and growing by the second. Some of us online are doing what? E-commerce, email marketing, drop shipping, bulk emailing. If you don't know, there are people online making 6- and 7-figure income just doing email marketing. I know that. I thought about that once upon a time. And these guys are going to say, we can do better with AI. Some of us online are doing what we call video conferencing. If you can see me or you can hear me, that means you went to some application called Zoom, put in some ID, and there you are. That is video conferencing. My friends, as we speak, the owners and founders of Zoom are monetizing on our services. And Zoom is not the only one. We have Skype, we have AnyMeeting, we have Cisco WebEx, Google Hangouts, we have Microsoft Teams, we have a plethora of more than 25 of them, all of them making serious money. especially since the advent of COVID-19. So let me give you a little statistic. Zoom, as we speak, is the most popular. Why? Because it is the most user-friendly, but not for long. You wait until you see ONPASSIVE's webinar platform. Those of us who have been founders for some time, we've had the privilege to see a sneak peek of it. The images are clearer, 3D. It is faster. It is more secure, end-to-end encrypted. It is scalable. And above all, guess what? It is cheaper. Today is still Zoom's day because we're not out yet. So let's talk about Zoom for a moment. Prior to COVID-19, Zoom was averaging 10 million participants a day. April 1st, 2020, same company took a statistic. That number had risen to over 300 million participants a day. You can imagine what it is now. November 30th, 2020, Forbes magazine came out with a report. Zoom had made more profits than ExxonMobil, the decades-old American oil company. My friends, do you know why? Ever since the pandemic, every university, high school, middle school, elementary school, asking students to take classes virtually. I have seen pastors, men of God, women of God, having virtual prayer services. I've seen virtual weddings, virtual wake keeping, and the list goes on and on. All I'm saying is simple. The world is going virtual, and ONPASSIVE is going to do nothing but help us monetize. Let's talk about another service, VPN, Virtual Private Network. What is a VPN? It's just a fancy name. It's a fancy name for a tunnel that cuts across a major network, such as the internet, provides for privacy. Employers use it so that their employees can access corporate data without fear of bad guys, without fear of hackers. Ever since the advent of COVID-19, more and more companies asking employees to work from home. Microsoft, Facebook, even the federal government, all of them. So when you hear somebody says, I'm telecommuting, guess what? They're gonna use VPN. Guess what? Some company, somebody is monetizing on their services. So these guys are ONPASSIVE. They say, you know what? We've got AI at the back of our hands. We're gonna have our own VPN. Super, super smart. So intelligent, more secure, end-to-end encrypted, more scalable, and above all, guess what? Cheaper. My friends, when ONPASSIVE launches, I can assure you, the big players in the VPN space, like Cisco Networks, they are going to know. There's a new sheriff in town. Yes, they will know. Let's talk about another service. Search engine optimization, SEO. Sounds like a mouthful. What is that? We know of search engines. We know of Yahoo. We know of Bing. And those of us Apple enthusiasts, we know of Safari. Everybody should know of Google. Google is so popular, it's become a verb. Google it. You can go to Google 10 times a day, 100 times a day to search for something. It is free. You can go to Google to get 10 email addresses, 50, 100, free of charge. Sounds like everything is free in Google. Sounds like everything is free in Facebook. All these tech companies, everything is free. Yet, Google is a multi-billion-dollar company. So here is a multi-billion-dollar question I've got for you. How does Google make money? Their main form of money is search engine optimization. And let me tell you how that works. You go to Google today to search for something. And it doesn't matter what it is. It can be a camera, it can be a phone, it can be a laptop. But let's just leave a camera, only because I have an online store and I do market my cameras through Google. You go to google.com and you type in the word camera. A bunch of them will pop up. Yes. And one of them is going to come from my store. If you click on that camera, you just costed me money. You don't have to buy it. It's called pay-per-click. That's it. So what does Google say? You market something through us, and a lot of companies do, right? And somebody comes looking for that item. We are going to optimize our search. We're going to bring it to the top so that they can see it, eyeballs. Once they see it, our job is done. You don't have to buy it. So imagine a small businessman like me, almost insignificant online, and I'm paying Google about $400 a month. I'm paying Microsoft about $600 a month. Why am I paying Microsoft? Bill Gates is smart. He's a visionary. He knows SEO is big. Do not have time to start a brand new company, bought an existing one, revamped it, and people like us have to pay him. I'm paying Zoom for service every month. ONPASSIVE is paying Zoom for this service that we're using. Big money. I'm paying a company called GoDaddy for domain name service, DNS. Every company online has to have a domain name, and somebody is monetizing on that. So ONPASSIVE, these guys at ONPASSIVE, they're gonna have our own DNS, and we're gonna monetize on it. AI driven. They're gonna have our own search engine optimizer. Super, super smart. By the time you type the first character, it already knows where you are headed. When we launch, the big players in this space, like Google, Microsoft, yes, they will know. There's a new kid on the block. You better count on that. What am I doing, my friends? I am giving you some of the services that ONPASSIVE is putting together, the ones that you and I can relate to, the ones that you and I use on a daily basis, whether we know it or not. What is ONPASSIVE doing? ONPASSIVE says, hey, you're a small individual online, you're a business person, big or small, you need something, we have it for you. You think about it, we have it for you. Under one umbrella, one place. In IT, we'll call it single sign-on. And the big word I want you to take home with you today, integrated. It is single sign-on, and all of these services are integrated. No company has ever succeeded in doing this in the world. ONPASSIVE is the first company to do it, and we are 99% there. Big. I told you guys earlier, you don't have to recruit with ONPASSIVE to make money. You don't have to come out of pocket every month to pay some bill called ownership. And above all, we have the best legitimate, viable digital services in this day and age. My friends, that is value. You're going to be hard pressed to find a company with all three of these things. And if you do, please contact me and I'll be your first customer. That is value. Now, with ONPASSIVE, you can decide, like the name suggests, you can decide to be passive or you can decide to be active. Everybody wins. The active ones are going to win a lot sooner, much faster than the passive ones. However, everybody wins. So here is value. Now, I'm going to hand over to one of our very finest, the best in the game. Mr. Red Reffen has been around ever since the beginning of this company. He knows everything that anybody needs to know about the company. He's part of our leadership council. He is going to tell you how to become a founder and enjoy this great value that I just presented to you. Over to you, Mr. Red.
Thank you very much, Charles and Marty DeGarmo, for an amazing introduction to what ONPASSIVE can offer every single guest here who is looking at it for the first time. Now, let's just go over a few things before I get into you guys becoming a founder on this journey with us right now. Remember, there is no qualifications here, guys, to becoming a founder in ONPASSIVE. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to be anything. I mean, look at me. I'm a chef at the end of the day. I got in because I could see the vision of what is possible with ONPASSIVE. And the reason I got in is because everything is 100% done for you, automated. So you don't have to know anything. All you need to know is that if you are a founder in ONPASSIVE, you are going to win. It is as simple as that. So how do you become a founder? And what, more importantly, is it going to cost you? Okay, so the first thing to do is to know that right now we are looking for founders to join us to grow this business before we launch to the world, and then we'll be looking for customers. So to become a founder, there is a one-off fee of, as Charles said, $97 US. And you do that by reaching out to the person who has invited you here and say, listen, I've loved the presentation. I want to know a bit more. Can you give me some more information? And I want to sign up. They will then give you a registration form. You pop your name, email in there, and you click that send button. Okay, you will then be asked to pay the $97. Once you've paid your $97, and you can do this by various means, you can do it by using a credit or debit card, Master or Visa, or you can do bank transfers, and I believe you can use various cryptocurrencies as well. Once that's all cleared, you then sign into your account once again. And don't be surprised, because there will be a pop-up screen with a thing called an NDA. This is a non-disclosure agreement. Okay, it's very, very long. And this is basically your terms and conditions, do's and don'ts of what the company expects you as a founder to follow. Right at the bottom, there is 2 little boxes. Click those, sign it, and then you're good to go to come into the fold to be a fully fledged paid founder. Now, there is one more fee, and this is the one-time out of pocket. Okay, and this happens when we launch to the world. Okay, it's going to be around about the $250 mark. Could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less, but have 250 in your mind. Every single founder pays this when we launch to the world. Okay, we as founders then become customer stroke resellers. Everybody has to pay it. That is your one-time out-of-pocket fee. From there on in, all the money comes from your commissions that the company is going to generate for you. So remember to sign up, get back to the person who is invited for you here, get that registration form, fill it out, and get it sent off. Now, there's a couple of more points I want to go over just before we go to the Q&A. And remember, the Q&A, guys, is for guests only. If you are already a founder here, you've got to wait till Monday, guys, to ask those questions. We're here for the new guests. So Charles touched on one of the massive online companies called Amazon. We all know Amazon. Remember Amazon back in the day? They started by selling secondhand books, for God's sake. Look at them now. They are the largest online company. So here's a little statistic for you that you can take away. Amazon has produced 40,000 millionaires, okay, in the time that it has been around. And they didn't even want to do that. Our CEO and founder, Ash Mufarad, wants us to be successful with this company. Just imagine how many millionaires ONPASSIVE in the future is going to produce. And you know, you could be one of those millionaires sat there right now. And all you got to do is part with that $97 and become a founder and join us on this journey. Ash Mufarad once said, everybody in the near future will have a reason to come to ONPASSIVE, whether they come for the community, whether they come to socialize, whether they come to use the products and services of ONPASSIVE. They will have a reason to use ONPASSIVE. And most of the people won't even know they are using ONPASSIVE. That's how big we are going to be. The other thing I'd like to point out just before we go to Q&A is the decision that you make right here now today will affect you, your family, and people around you in 2 years down the line. So if you need more information, if you want to know anything more, there's 2 things you can do. You can either get back to the person who has brought you here today, or you can raise that hand. Okay, Susie McRae will just walk you through how to do that, and you can ask a question live to the panelists here, and we will do our best to answer that question. And again, guys, remember, this is for guests only. Thanks very much, and I really would wish you and hope that you come on board with us as a founder. Over to you, Susie.
Okay, thank you, Red. Once again, wonderful presentation, Marty. Charles, you're right on target. And thanks for telling everyone how to sign up. I do need somebody to make me a co-host so that I can bring people on for the Q&A. But while that's happening, I'll explain the Q&A. As Red said, and I said in the beginning, this is a guest webinar where our guests are invited to ask questions. If you're a current founder, please refrain from asking questions today because we have a private Q&A every Monday. So it looks like I am okay to let people in. What I'm going to do, if you have a question, raise your hand. We will see that your hand is raised. and we will invite you in onto the screen. You'll see your screen change a little bit on Zoom, and then you'll be here. You'll be able to unmute yourself and put your video on, and we're here to answer your questions. So I'm going to let,
Hold on 1 minute, Susie.
yeah,
Again, if you are a founder, drop your hand.
yeah.
We're going to bring in guests. Okay, thank you. Go ahead. Susie.
Okay, so we just brought in David. Onaldo, you sound like you may be a founder. I'm going to bring you in, and then you can let us know. David Benbow, if you'd like to unmute yourself. And I see your hand raised, David. Unmute yourself, and you can ask a question.
Well, I shouldn't really be asking this question here, basically speaking. I just wanted to know Red Secret.
I'll tell you on Friday, mate.
Okay, then. That's great. Take care. Cheers.
Okay, I just asked Charles Aziz to come on, Esquire from Nigeria. Charles, once you are on and you can see, I'm also gonna promote someone to tell you.
Charles Aziz is the founder.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I'm gonna put him back.
Okay. There's someone, you know, when I get added to be a host later in the thing, it screws up my mouse. Okay, Poonam Araya, we're bringing you on. And we're bringing someone in called Owner. And we're going to bring in Michael. Okay, so Poonam Arya, if you would like to unmute yourself and ask your question, you go down to the microphone that has a red mark through it.
Okay, can I go ahead now? Let me ahead.
Okay, yeah, as we're waiting, go ahead, Michael. What's your question, and welcome?
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm sorry, I actually hopped in very, very late, so I missed a lot of part of the presentation. So I am sorry if I'm taking us back, but I just want to ask. Yes, I've gone to the website. I tried to listen to some of the videos, but I know that some of
You just muted yourself. Okay, go ahead.
one of the things I heard is that ONPASSIVE is about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and now I heard the last presenter, Ref just talked something about Amazon. So I don't want to find out what is, like I said, I'm sorry if I'm taking us back, but because I came in late. But what is ONPASSIVE all about? Is it about a product? Is it about trading or something? I really want to know what ONPASSIVE is all about. What are they selling, or what's the vision, the mission, the products of the company? Thank you.
Okay, would someone on the panel like to answer that question?
Mike,
Right.
you want to take that, Mike Ellis?
Mike Ellis, unmute yourself, please, and we'll go. Okay.
Yeah, no, I can take that very, very quickly. ONPASSIVE is an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company. They are an IT company, and they're primarily customer based, and they will have IT products that run the whole gamut of the things we use online, from educational platform, from an HR platform, human resources, from tracking, from really everything you use online. Automated marketing platform has all the tools we market online. But when you think about ONPASSIVE and you think about the tools of ONPASSIVE, number one, these are real tools, absolutely real. They're built from the ground up, proprietary. They're cutting edge, brand new technology, and they're superior at a lower price point. So as ONPASSIVE launches to the world and we bring out all of these beautiful products that Ash Mufareh and his team have developed, the customers will rush in. Why? Because they're superior at a lower price point. So although we have the privilege of coming in and participating with ONPASSIVE and participating with all the wealth that ONPASSIVE is going to bring in, ONPASSIVE is primarily a customer-based business. You really need to understand that, because as we launch to the world, the majority of the people that are coming into ONPASSIVE, probably 90% of them, they will be customers, and they'll be coming in using the tools of ONPASSIVE because they are superior, because they are at a lower price point. And Charles used the example of this webinar we're doing right now, and it's a great example. We will have a webinar platform, ONPASSIVE will, that will blow Zoom out of the water. And Zoom has millions and millions and millions of customers, and there are 25 other platforms similar to this. We're going to take such a massive market share away from just this one niche. If this is all we did, if this was all we did, I would be very, very happy with that. But there are 51 other tools that are just as good as the webinar platform that ONPASSIVE is going to be coming out with. So customer base, tools are superior, lower price point, and we have the privilege to not only participate with ONPASSIVE, but to actually participate with the wealth ONPASSIVE is going to be developing. Hopefully that helps you, Michael. Hopefully.
Is that?
Thank you. At least you gave me an insight to maybe some of the things I've missed. So now, as a founder in ONPASSIVE, that means that when ONPASSIVE becomes fully operational, all the founding members will now have a kind of become like shareholders in ONPASSIVE. Is that correct?
No, we're not shareholders. We become independent resellers of the IT product. So we are not shareholders in ONPASSIVE, and then we get paid off of the volume that ONPASSIVE puts underneath us. Remember, ONPASSIVE, they're going to go to work for us. They're going to develop a sales platform. They're going to drive traffic for us. They're going to bring customers in for us. As those customers land underneath you, we get paid off of we get a portion of the volume that lands underneath you. And when you look at the volume that ONPASSIVE is going to be bringing in over time, it's very, very significant. So we are not stockholders. We are independent resellers. That's how ONPASSIVE can pay us. And from there, we're putting ONPASSIVE to work for us, 100% automated, and they're going to start driving traffic, bringing customers in, and a portion of those customers will land underneath you, and you get paid off of that volume. Okay?
Okay. So, sorry, the last question, please. Hope you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
All right. So, I believe there's a white paper for this project, and I would like to know what point of the roadmap is ONPASSIVE at the moment.
We're in the pre-launch right now. We'll go from pre-launch to soft launch to hard launch. We are very, very close to the soft launch of ONPASSIVE. As we go into the soft launch of ONPASSIVE, we not only can review the products, but we can actually start using the products. The founding members will use the products of ONPASSIVE. Once we've done that for a little while to see if we can break them, we won't be able to. Again, they're superior. We'll go right into hard launch. So we're right there.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you for joining us, Michael, and get back to the person who invited you. I'm going to read a question in the chat. Pyramid structure is unsustainable for various reasons. How is ONPASSIVE different from others? Oh, hang on. Is there 3-9-21 structure? So would someone like to comment on this? Yeah, Marty, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay, first of all, ONPASSIVE is not an MLM, okay? An MLM and what you're talking about, the only way for the company to grow or even stay even is by recruiting more people. ONPASSIVE Nation, if we do not bring in one more person as a founder, the company will do fine, okay? Because they're bringing in customers for us, it's a customer-based business. So comparing the two, we can't. Or I would try to give you the differences. We're not an MLM. The customers are being brought in for it. We're paying the company to build our wealth. And there is no comparison. So, and pyramids, the only ones I saw were in Egypt, and I don't want to go there right now. So we're good.
Okay, thank you. Poonam Arya, if you want to unmute yourself. I'm not sure if you planned on being here or not. If not, we'll go to the person whose name is owner. if you would like to unmute yourself. Okay, I'm going to bring in a few more people. I'm bringing in someone named Zoom. And
Susie,
also,
please don't bring anybody up who's called Zoom. They need to rename themselves. Please.
okay,
Yeah,
I already did.
Okay, so Mr. Zoom, can you open your video, please? We need to see you so you can help you rename you.
Okay, Zoom. If not, just to keep going with the flow here, let's see if Technopop 4, if you could unmute yourself and show your video. Okay, I'm going to promote a few more. Elder Mogali, you're going to be joining us in a minute. Hello, Elder. If you'd like to unmute yourself and put on your video and ask your question.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Soli, and I'm from South Africa. Yes, I was also invited by one of my friends. I cannot get the gist of the business, but what I would like to find out is that the traffic that will be directed to us as founders, after that traffic has been directed to me as a founder, what do I need to do? What do I need to do thereafter? Is there something that I will need to do for the traffic that will have been, assigned to me, or what do I have to do going forward after the traffic has been assigned to me?
Okay, that's a great question. If you fellas don't mind, I'd like to answer. And then if I don't get it all, Red, I saw your hand up. You know what? This was one of the main reasons why I joined ONPASSIVE. You're not going to have to do anything. It's fully automated. So you have to look at it this way. When we launch, and the traffic is going to provide customers that are going to come under you, you don't have to do anything with those customers. The company is fully automated. They're going to support the customer. They're going to support any troubleshooting. They're going to maintain the products. You do not have to do anything to support the customers. That's what I liked about it, because you're going to get lots and lots of customers under you, and you're going to be able to just sit back and enjoy the profit that's going to come in by that. Did that answer your question, or would anyone like to add anything more to that?
Yeah, I would, Susie.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Susie, you're right on. Absolutely right. 100% automated. The company is going to manage all the traffic, all the customers, but it's even better than that. Let's say you come into ONPASSIVE and you start making some money. It's in your control how quickly you get to where you want to be financially. And the way ONPASSIVE has done that for you, yes, they're going to do everything for you. Everything that has to do with customers, ONPASSIVE is going to take care of that. But you get to determine when you want to scale your business, and you do that with the profits of ONPASSIVE by buying more traffic. So the amount of traffic that ONPASSIVE will drive through your business, it is infinite. You'll never get to that point where you can't drive more traffic. And that decision is yours. And many of us here will get to a point where we're doing really, really well, but we want to get there quicker and we want to scale it. And ONPASSIVE has given us that ability to come in and buy more traffic that they will manage to build your business. So Ash Mufareh, I mean, it's ingenious what he's done to give us the ability to get to that place where our financial needs are just met and far beyond that. So hopefully that sounded okay.
Oh yeah, you're good, Mike. Did that help answer your question?
No, that definitely answered my question, because I was asking myself now, do I need to learn any IT skills because there will be traffic directed to me? or what's going to happen here? But now that has answered answered my question very well. And the last one that I would like to ask as well is the traffic that will be directed, to us as founders. How will they know how much traffic must go to who?
Would someone like to answer that? Red, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
Yeah. Okay. Pretty simple, really. The company will put everybody on a rotator basis. Okay, so let's say that they are marketing 500 people and you're part of that 500 people batch that they are marketing to one area, as it may be. Now, as Charles said in his presentation, we are having people who are going to be clicking on this traffic. Okay, so somebody might click on you and they'll click on one of the 500. Once they have clicked on you, then it'll be the next person's turn, okay, to be clicked on. Now, as always, just because somebody's clicked on you does not mean they are going to then buy the product, exactly like Charles said. So there is not a definitive way of working out how many people will sign up. But one thing that is fair with ONPASSIVE is that everybody will have the same ability to have that sign up to them as a customer, because everybody will have the click, if that makes sense. So if there's 500 people in a batch that's getting marketed, all 500 will get at least one click. And then if there's more going on, then you'll have 2 clicks or 3 clicks, etc., etc. So you might be in a scenario where everyone has 3 clicks. You've got 1 sign up, but the person next to you would have had 3 sign-ups, for instance. So that's how the fairness of the traffic and marketing campaigns are going to work, is on a rotator basis. I hope that has answered your question.
Thanks, Red. I want to add one thing to that. So you answered it perfectly. I just want to describe or qualify the click, right? This is the traffic, targeted traffic. So keep in mind, this is targeted traffic. So it's not somebody looking for, say, a computer and then they send him to your link. Now, these are people looking for those services that we offer, right? So when they give you 3 clicks and they give me 3 clicks and they give Red 3 clicks, all of these clicks are people looking for what we offer. So you have a very, very high probability of converting. If not that day, they may come back 1 month later and purchase, but they are already tied to you because they click on you in the beginning. Just keep that in mind, okay?
Perfectly said, Charles.
Yeah.
Did that help answer your question?
Thank you so much. I'm now more clearer. Thank you so much.
Okay, get back to the person who invited you and they'll help you in the next steps, okay?
Definitely will do. Thank you.
Good. You're going to be happy you did. Great questions. Okay, Yogesh, your hand's raised. You're a panelist. If you would, there you go. Go ahead and ask your question. Welcome.
Thank you, Susie, for this offer, for opening my mind of questions here. And namely, actually, I'm from Bangalore, India. Okay, and I've been promoting ONPASSIVE on, we are doing webinars in our local language for the past 8 to 9 months. And we have been successful on this part. But only the thing is, people ask for when it will happen, but we are managing, because we know the pandemic situation which is happening here is for all these delays. We make them understand. And I just want to thank Mr. Ash for this beautiful product or concept of converting each and every people's dreams to reality. Okay. At the same time, I would also thank you all the panel members who have given the option to talk. And I have only 2 questions. One is that can the company do the soft launch with the available limited products which are already on the dashboard?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go on and see you say it.
Yeah, Yogesh, this webinar Q&A is for our guests, and the questions you're asking are more of proprietary information. So you need to go on every Monday, the private founders only webinar, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and everyone stays on and answers every question. So it wouldn't be right in a public webinar right now, but thank you for your kind words on everything. And we're going to go on to the next person. Thank you.
So Yogesh, I just want to promise you, you come Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern and remind me. I'll respond to that question. Okay, for the good of every other founder. Great question, wrong forum, wrong time.
Okay. Thank you, Yogesh. Okay, Francis, if you would like to unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, how are you? Welcome.
Thank you. I'm doing wonderful. So I have a question about the membership. So I signed up and I paid the 97 through Cash App, but I never got a feedback that says so I never got a feedback to be able to activate my account. So
okay, let me take that. So how long ago was that, my friend?
I think he just got.
He just left. Okay.
I think he just got out. So
okay.
We'll see if he raises again. Okay, we have someone else, Brijesh Mandavi. I hope I'm saying that correctly. If you'd like to unmute yourself and ask your question. And we're bringing in Pradeep. Ooh, we got a lot more questions coming in.
Thermometer.
Okay. So, Brajesh Mandavi, if you would like to unmute yourself and ask the question. If not, we'll come back to you. We'll go to Pradeep. If you would like to unmute yourself and ask your question, please. Pradeep. Okay, we're gonna move on. Jimmy, oh, there's let's see.
Okay, Francis, he came back. Okay, so
there's Francis.
I was gonna ask him because apparently he paid with Cash App, so he's not yet a founder, so he cannot attend a founders only webinar. So that's why I want to, just chat with him a little bit. So how long ago was that, my friend?
It's been a while now.
What is the while? 1 month, 1 week, 2 weeks, what?
No, it's been like I would say maybe 3-4 months.
Oh, okay. And you're just now asking about that? Are you serious? So, okay. So have you gone to gofounders.net and tried to log in?
Yes, I have. Well, I haven't tried lately, but sometimes I can try again. See if it's,
so I think what may have happened, yes, what I know should have happened. When you pay with Cash App, there's a place that says note. You should put your email address. And you did not do it.
No, I put. So what happened the first time I did not put it? So I requested a refund. It came back and I did it again with my email, and that went through. But I never got an email back that says, okay, your account has been activated, go to Founders. Every time I go there, it tells me to I have to pay my subscription fee. But I haven't tried lately to log in again.
Which means you don't even have access to your back office. So go and try again. If it still doesn't work, then you need to contact one of us at the Leadership Council, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to sort that out. Okay.
Okay.
So
hey, let me add something too, Charles. Francis, when you didn't do it right the first time and you asked for a refund, did you get a refund?
Yes, I got the refund.
Okay.
And then I did it again.
When you did it again, did you use a different email?
No, I used this. So the first time I did not put my email.
No, I know.
So I asked for a refund. So the second time I did it, I put an email address this time.
Okay, do what Charles said. Yeah, find a Leadership Council and write one of us, and we can help you out.
You can get through any one of us, like through your sponsor, okay, whoever brought you in. If you cannot get any one of us, come back on Tuesday in a meeting like this. If you cannot get anybody, and we'll make sure that you're taken care of, because it's been too long. I'm pretty sure maybe they're trying to sort it out and they're trying to communicate with you and they don't have a way to communicate with you. First of all, go back to gofounders.net. You might be already allowed in to begin with.
Okay.
Okay, just check it out.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, thanks for your question. Brajesh Mandavi, I saw you on there. If you want to unmute yourself, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Brajesh, unmute yourself. If not, we'll go to Jimmy. Jimmy?
Hello,
Hi.
how are you?
Good, welcome. What's your question?
Okay, my question, I actually registered about a week and a few days ago, and I paid by Bitcoin, but I have the same issue with Francis actually. I am not able to access the account, but whenever I log in, it shows me I have to make payment.
Okay, you want to answer that, Charles?
So he has the same problem with the guy that just left. Usually Bitcoin payments, they take about two to 3 days normally, but that's going to change with soft launch because everything is being revamped, everything is being automated, like powerful. But in the meantime, because it's been a week or more, I think you need to contact one of the leadership council members, just like I told the other guys, so we can follow up and see what happened, because you're gonna need a lot of information. We're gonna need transaction ID, the timestamp, the hash, all of that stuff, that good stuff. Okay. So I'm hoping that when you did it, which wallet did you use?
I used the blockchain.
Okay. So you know how to go and get the transaction history, right? Like that particular transaction,
Yes.
right? Okay. So we're probably gonna need that to send to support. As a matter of fact, you can do that right now. You can actually write to support@gofounders.net. Okay.
Okay.
Make sure support@gofounders.net. GoFounders with an S.net. Make sure you send a support ticket from the email that you use to register. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And then make sure you include that whole transaction history, meaning the hash, okay, the timestamp, the transaction ID, and all of that good stuff, right? Send it right away so there's no prolongation, because if you don't, they're gonna respond to you asking for that. So make sure you send it immediately. And if in a few days you don't get response, say by next Saturday this time, it is not taken care of, come back and we'll assign a leadership council member to work with you. How about that?
Okay, thank you. Let me do it.
You're welcome.
Hello, Susie.
Yeah.
Hello, Susie. Yeah, this to Charles. Francis Ayuku just sent a message that that was the guy you attended to before Jimmy. Just sent a message that he tried again and it didn't work. So I want to refer your message to Jimmy that Francis Ayuku should also send mail to that particular that you gave to Jimmy.
That's support@gofounders.net.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well then he needs to contact one of the LC members, like I said.
Yeah, he said there, so I think you should get that. Thank you.
Yep, and just make sure you give them specific information, just the basics, and make sure they know what you're asking for. Okay, let's see. Pradeep, I don't think we heard from you. If you don't unmute yourself, we're going to go on to the next person. Okay, Tariq.
And by the way, before we move on, I know we have guests here. Please, if you are a guest, we highly advise you, if you're coming in and you want to start working right away, use credit or debit card payment is the fastest way to get in the system, right? Bitcoin, while it's good, it can be complicated, especially if you've not used it before, because I know what I'm talking about. I've been working with Bitcoin for more than 5 years now. Okay, the prices fluctuate and there are certain parameters that you must meet for it to be accurate. Cash App has been giving a lot of issues because some people forget to put the email, like our previous caller, and Once you don't, it becomes lost in a bunch of other payments. As a matter of fact, our CEO has promised to take that form of payment out of the equation. So we're not going to have it pretty soon, okay? But don't be a penny wise and a pound foolish, right? So trying to save $5 and you lose something. So just use your credit debit card, get on with it, and let's move on. Just an advice to our guests and the founders. Let your guests know that the best way to come in is through credit debit card. Thank you. Bye, Susie.
Thank you, Charles. And thank you, Armadine, for putting in the chat the email for support. Okay, so Tariq Hamad Radu, if you want to unmute yourself and ask your question. Tariq Ahmad Radu, go down to the microphone. If you're not ready yet, we'll go to Natai Biswas. Natai, if you'd like to unmute yourself. I'm bringing in a few more people here.
Thank you.
Oh, hi, Natai. Welcome. What is your question?
Many thanks to you. I am Nitai Biswas from Bangladesh. I have requested for a foundership in ONPASSIVE. The support team has sent me an confirmation email that they have received the BTC, but till my foundership is inactive. It has been more than 2 months since my first message to the company.
Okay. Does someone want to handle this question? Red?
Yeah, I can take it again. Okay, again, this is another support issue. You need to raise another ticket. So if you go into the chat, the support email is there. Okay, send an email. You will need to have your ID number of the exchange and transaction that you had with BTC. You need to put your name and email address in there and ask them to activate the account. If you've had an email from support, I would attach that to the new email that you've sent so that they will be able to find you easily. If you've already had a support email from them to say that your account is active, they should be able to activate this account pretty quickly, I'd have thought.
Okay. I just want to say, right now we have more than 660,000 founders. Okay, and out of that number, I would say a very small amount pay with Bitcoin. So I would say less than 50,000 pay with Bitcoin. Okay, less than 50,000. And out of those 50,000, we have less than 120 issues with Bitcoin. And these issues are people who, for some reason, that's what I'm saying. That's why I would advise people, try to avoid that form of payment if you can, because I know the tricks. I've done it so many times just because I want to see what the problem people are facing, right? And I've noticed a lot of the problems is because of fluctuations. And when you have that issue in the future, we're just going to say, hey, support@gofounders.net. If you don't get a response, contact one of the Leadership Council members. Our guest webinars, we don't want to be taking support type issues in these guest webinars because it's just prolonging and wasting the time for the guests to come in. You have already made that decision. You saw it, you like it, okay? You have some little issue that will be resolved. Go through support, doesn't work, get to one of the Leadership Council members. They will help you resolve it. Thank you very much. So no other support questions should come up here, please. Just follow the same procedure.
Please, let me finish.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. Mo at NPA, if you'd like to unmute yourself and ask your question, Mo.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hello, welcome. What's your question?
My question is, some of my IDs are payment to be made. When is the last date I have to make?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, are you an existing founder, Mo?
Pardon me?
Are you an existing founder?
Yes, yes. I am the.
Okay. This is for guests only
to,
questions. This is for guests
2000.
only. So this is for guests only. If you're an existing founder, you can use the founders only webinar on a Monday night at 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay, come on that, and we can answer these sort of questions for you. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Gurnam Sinj, if you'd like to unmute yourself and ask your question. And as a reminder, if your hand is up and you're a current founder and you're coming on to ask a support or question like that, Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern time is founders only. So Gurnam Sinj, if you want to unmute yourself, you're next. If not, we're going Malay Sardar, if you'd like to unmute yourself and ask your question. Malay Sardar. Okay, don't be shy, everyone. Okay, Chaitalai Barua. I hope I'm saying that correctly. If you'd like to unmute yourself and ask the question. Chaitalai. Okay, we may have people raising their hands.
Who are existing founders, I presume.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Okay.
We had some great questions today. I have a few more I'm having trouble promoting to. I don't know, Red, if you can promote the, oh wait, I got this one. Agidio is coming on, and then we have one more who's listed as VS. Okay, they put their hand down. Okay, Agidio Barros, if you would like to unmute yourself and ask your question for this guest webinar Q&A. Yeah. Okay, Agidio, how about the person who's listed as VS, if you could unmute and show us yourself? Hello, VS, if you could unmute yourself and ask your question. VS, you can go down to the microphone and unmute yourself. Okay, let's move over. We'll come back to you. Cynthia, if you want to unmute yourself and show us turn your video on. Welcome. Cynthia. Okay, we have a V2025. Now that's a strange name. V2025, unmute yourself. We're going to come bringing people on, and then we're going to close up this.
Yeah, it's here.
Oh, hi, Cynthia.
How you doing?
Good. Are you a guest?
Yes, I'm a guest.
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you. Do you have a question?
I think basically everybody answered my asked my questions and it was answered. I just hope it's not just true, because you know so many things is going on right now in the whole world. I hope it's what you guys said it is. That's just what I'm asking for. So.
Oh, so you're a little apprehensive from everything you heard. Is that what you're saying?
I will be, because the way the world is changing when it comes to money.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Well, you know that.
Like somebody said that it's a FOMO. I'm a FOMO too, but I'll see.
Yeah. Well, I think people can be apprehensive about opportunities out there, and basically when I talk to people and they say, is this too good to be true? Well, yes, it is. So
hey, Charles, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I just muted him. So Cynthia, rest assured, a lot of us have been involved, many for over 2 years. I've been involved over a year and a half. And this is once you come in and you are part of the private area of the founders, and you listen to the CEO and you're engaged in what's going on, any apprehensions you have will just dissipate. But we're not going to try to convince you. I just know
I'm in already. I'm in already. So it's a risk. So I'm going to play the risk.
Okay. Okay. I thought you were a guest, but welcome on board.
No, I'm a guest, but it's something I want to do. I'm going to, is either yes or no, but I'm going to try it.
Okay. That's good for you. You mark this day in your calendar, because this is the day that you made this decision, and it's going to be a decision you will never regret your entire life.
I believe so.
Trust me. I mean, look at me. I'm 60 years old. I've never really done any online stuff. Do I look like I'd be involved in something that wasn't up to snuff? For God's sakes, no. I don't have the time or energy for that. But I have the energy for ONPASSIVE. So thank you so much, Cynthia. Welcome on board.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, next we have me, Oladindi. I hope I'm saying that correctly. If you'd like to unmute yourself.
You did well, Susie.
Well, people get apprehensive, it's true. You get phone calls, emails, text messages, is this real? And okay, we're gonna go. We just brought Tina in. Tina, if you'd like to unmute yourself. If you have your hand up and you're not wanting to come on as a panelist, if you'd like to, there's Tina. Hello, Tina.
Hi.
Hey, good to see you.
Hello, everybody. I'm asking the questions on behalf of one of my invitees.
Okay.
He's been texting me. He's listening, but he doesn't want to speak. Okay. He doesn't want to come on, so he wants me to ask on his behalf.
We understand.
Yes. One of the questions he's asking is, he said he understood someone say the more you might want to make more income in the future once it is launched, and if you want to get more money, you could always buy you could always pay for more, right?
Okay.
It was like,
okay.
They said,
Tina.
Yeah.
One at a time. Is that the first question?
His first question actually is, how do our invitees, so if he invites someone, does that automatically make him have money, have more money, because they're going to be generating traffic onto him and onto his invitees? So does he benefit from that? And his second question is, how exactly do the founders get paid? Do they get paid when somebody just clicks and searches on the product, or when somebody actually buys the product?
Okay.
Okay.
Red wants to take.
Red.
Go ahead, Red.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, as far as how do you make money and the traffic from what you were saying there, Tina. So this is basically how it happens. He's a founder. Somebody comes in underneath him. The company then get to work not only for him himself, but the person underneath, and then more people come in. You get paid a small proportion of everybody who is in your team, not only from people just below you, but then from people below that as well. It all comes from commissions of the person who buys the product and service of ONPASSIVE. So that is how we get paid. Okay, the founders, resellers, customers that are in ONPASSIVE, okay, right now, they will purchase the either the whole package or individual products and services that they want we as founders, stroke resellers in the future will then earn a commission from that person paying for that product and service. That is how we get paid, and that is what makes it a month out. And as you're not only on your first level, but from people below you, that residual income increases as your team grows. I hope that answers your questions.
Okay.
Yes, he says yes.
Okay, is that it?
Hello.
Tina?
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
Okay, great.
Hello,
Hang on, Subrata.
madam.
Yeah, hang on 1 second, Subrata. Okay, thank you, Tina, for your questions. Okay.
Any more questions, Tina? Okay, she's gone.
Okay,
Okay, Subrata, go ahead.
Sir, I am living in India. My name is Subrato, you know, but I do not. My mother tongue is Bengali, so
Are you a founder?
sir, I am very happy, sir. I am very happy to have this platform, and I have been able to bring the third generation in our community. So I'm pleased. I'm very happy, and we are coming this platform.
Subrata, are you a
Thank
founder?
you very much, sir. And
are you a founder, Subrata?
yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I think he just has a comment as he's done. Are
Okay.
you done?
Thank you for your comment. This is we're looking for the guests to ask their questions, but we appreciate we appreciate your comment. Okay,
Ma'am, shall I speak?
Hi, are you a founder or a guest today? VS?
Yes, ma'am, I'm the founder from India.
Okay. Okay, founder Q&A is on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Today is
Okay.
for guests only, but thank you. It's nice to see you. We'll see you on Monday, okay?
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Okay, Guru Shakar, if you want to unmute yourself. And I'm bringing in Gurnam Singh again. If you want to unmute yourself, Guru Shakar or Gurnam Singh. And if you have your hand raised and you are a founder, please, you can come to the founders only Q&A on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Today is for our guest, Gurnam Singh. I'm letting in a few more people. If you are a current founder, please do not raise your hand and come on as a panelist. We want our guests to have an opportunity. So right now we have Samashar Patil. If you want to unmute yourself and ask your question.
I think Julius is a founder.
Julius, you're a founder, so this is, you can come on Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern time for the private webinar. This is for guests. Okay, we're looking at OPPO F15. If you could unmute yourself in your video. If you want to unmute yourself, okay, OPPO, we have one more hand raised. This will be our, I'm having trouble bringing them in. Here we go. Okay, so OPPO F15, going once, going twice. Okay, we're going to take our last question. It's Redmi Note 9 Pro Max. That's what your name is appearing to us. So Redmi Note 9 Pro Max. If you'd like to, it looks like you're unmuted. Please ask your question.
Hello.
Hi, welcome. What's your question?
Yeah, I'm Anil from India here.
Okay.
Hello.
Were you invited as a guest?
Yes.
Okay, welcome. What's your question?
my question is to all the panelists. What is your expected launching time?
Are you a founder?
It's okay, Susie. I got it.
Okay.
He says he's a guest, so hopefully he's a guest. And that's a good question. If I were a guest, I would be also thinking in my head, when is the expected launch time? And I think somebody asked something similar not long ago, and Mike Ellis told them, our expected launch time, I'm just going to give you, the launch is a process, right? It's not an event. So the process is, in software development, the engineers do the work. They build the platform, they test them internally, and after that's done, they go to what we call user acceptance testing, right? So UAT. And with ONPASSIVE, those people that will be doing the UAT are we, the founders. We're going to do that. And we're about to get into that phase. In a matter of weeks, we'll be in that phase where we, the founders, start testing those products that are ready. Some of them are already ready. And as you know, you're from India, there's a pandemic going on. Okay. So that may slow things down a week or two, doesn't matter. But very soon, we are going into that phase. Once we go into that phase, we know we're going to be there between 2 to 3 months, right? No more than 3 months. We're going to be in that phase, which is called soft launch. Okay. And after soft launch, we'll go straight to the main launch. So you do the math. If we're going to go into soft launch in a matter of weeks, and we're going to be in soft launch for at most 3 months, right? So that tells me, and it should tell you, that before the end of 2021, we will be public. We will be launching to the public, okay?
Fine. Thank you. Thank you, Charles.
You're very welcome.
Okay. Thank you for everyone who joined us today. We don't have any more hands up. We can't stress enough to get back to the person who invited you today, because remember, the only way to become a founder is through invitation. So kudos to all of the people who spoke today and gave the presentation. Excellent job. Get back to the person who invited you. And I can't stress it enough to say, if you even got a little bit excited today, which you should be very excited, jump on board, join us, because then you'll have access to more private information for founders only. And that's going to just make you get even more and more excited. So please reach out to the person who invited you. Come join us. You're not going to regret it. Okay, anyone have any last words?
Yes, thank you, Susie. I just talking about access to private information. I want to reiterate to those of you who are founders, we have a Q&A on Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Check your back offices or the group chats. You will see that. Do not miss out, because that is where you get details. You get proprietary information. You get where we are, the status, where we are in the launching process. Okay. In these guest webinars, we want to talk about concepts so that the guests can understand the concept of the business and then make a decision. We don't want to talk about support issues or where we are in the launching process. That's not important, right? That's important when you become a founder. And if you are a guest today, please do yourself a favor, become a founder today or tomorrow or Monday morning so you can be part of that meeting. You will learn a lot. Do not miss out. We do this every Monday. We take every question from every founder until there is no more questions, okay? So that's our home. That's where we come and we convene, we commune, we feel like one big family. So have a blessed weekend, everyone. And I will see you all on Monday, and on Tuesday, we have another guest webinar, another one of these for you to bring your guest, okay? Stay blessed. Take care. We are in it to win it. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.